making noise, please. Please
All
don't
right,
turn it off. I'm cold.
we're streaming. We're
Rock and roll.
we're live a doodle doo. Um,
Live a doodle do.
I
Is
mean,
that your official? Is that your official catchphrase, Les? Live a doodle do.
bite me.
We are going to be speaking extra white today.
Good lord.
Extra. We're going to be speaking extra north of the Mason-Dixon today. We'll not be using our local colloquial charming accents as normal.
Bite me. Oh, I had to shed my accent when I moved to Connecticut a long time ago, and ever since I've moved back down here, I've kind of let it come back out, and it feels good. So anyway, folks, Les here with Brent, another one of our stream podcasty YouTubey thingadoodies, and
It's been a minute.
it's been a couple of weeks. I've had a lot going on. So here I am working on. It's probably going to be a shorter one today too, because I'm just going to stay kind of focused on this particular project. Something that's kind of near and dear to both myself and Mr. Brento here is like 80s ninja movies, particularly Shokasugi stuff.
Indeed.
And God, I love those movies so much. Revenge of the Ninja.
I still watch them.
Oh yeah, anytime.
And they don't hold up well, and I still love them.
No, they do not hold up well at all, which I actually find almost kind of charming.
Yep.
Like there's something fun about that. But so anyway, I can point to basically for me. I think I've talked about this before on here too. Like my interest in martial arts and all that kind of stuff. Really started with a combination of Bruce Lee and Shokasugi. So, and from there, kind of found its way into more like traditional karate-related stuff, which is what I focus on with my martial arts efforts. But I love all the ninjutsu stuff and the aesthetic of it. All the crazy weapons are just fun. So we decided we were going to do some kits that try to evoke a lot of the look from stuff like Revenge of the Ninja, Enter the Ninja, even some of the stuff in like American Ninja. Like the first American Ninja was not a bad movie. I liked that movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. There's an actor you don't hear from anymore, Michael Dudikoff. Yeah. So anyway, this is the weapons kit that is going to be going out as part of this whole suite. There's a ninja outfit for Genesis 8 male, then one for the Genesis 8 female. Both of these have the ninja toe, the sword included with them, but none of the other weapons. And this is a big fat weapons kit that I'm putting together that'll work for both of them. Now, right now you're seeing these weapons are all in Substance Painter because I'm at the point where I'm doing the texturing, and God, it's actually a very involved set of weapons because we've got 3 of these things here that have these chains, and I'm very picky about how that stuff's going to work. Then rigging the nunchaku, very picky about that. And side note, I hate it when people say nunchucks. Hate it. It's nunchaku. Get it right. I'm so anal about that. Actually Okinawan weapons. I personally hold rank in Shotokan and Kabuto, which Kabuto's Okinawan weapons. So that's where I get kind of snooty over my weapons. I'm like, do not call them nunchucks. It's nunchaku. Thank you. Next. What all you'll see in here, we've got a set of shuko.
Excuse me, point of privilege. I do believe that you skipped the modern day slang for nunchaku, which of course is nunchucks.
Oh my god. Every time I hear somebody say nunchucks, I just want to throat punch them. I do. I'm going to give you the Haito Shuto right to the throat. It's like Seryuken right to the throat, you Nimrod. No. Stop it. Oh, it drives me nuts. Like I'm literally having a physical response right now. All right, back on point. So we have the Shuko that are the real kind of iconic claws little banded claw things. Like the claws sit right across, right under the fingers, and those are super cool looking. You see those in like the if you look up the old posters for Revenge of the Ninja, I think it was. You'll see him holding a sword up with one hand and the shuko wearing the shuko in the other. Let's see, Nunchaku. The sickle here with the chain after it, that is the Kusarigama, which is basically the weapon is actually a kama, and then Kusari's the chain added to it. This little guy right here, I really like those. It's a weapon called the Kyuketsu Shoge. Then I think I've got that right. I know Brent, you actually speak some Japanese, don't you? Like a lot of Japanese.
はい、日本語ちょっとわかる。
Gotcha. So my Japanese is very broken and very minimal, but there is some there. I think Brent used to live in Japan at one point, so he's going to have some of that stuff.
はい、そうです。日本に1年半住んでいました。面白かった。
Domonagatsu gozaimasu. There you go. So see, there's the Menriki Gusari, which is just basically a chain weapon with a ball at the end. The Kyuketsu it is shoge, right? Kyuketsu shoge.
To be honest with you, I never learned the. I was in my karate was American karate, and the guy was a real stickler for not using the Japanese terms. I don't know if it was because he was trying to prove a point of this is an American variation of the stream, or he just didn't learn them. But for whatever reason, we never actually learned the traditional.
Oh, I always hate that.
I've learned more of that stuff from you actually than I did from him.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Let's see. So which one is this? Okay, yeah. You'll hear people call that a moon star. It's the Togakure Shuriken. And these are actually named, the names have nothing to do with the shapes. The shuriken here are from the different eras that they were used in. So there's the Togakure, the Ikeda, and the Igaru. And I'm pretty sure those just relate to the different. I think they were I know they relate to different eras and specific shogunate. So then there's the Tonfa, the Sai, which I adore, and I love all our customers, but I really hope I don't see any of them. I know I'm going to, and I'll just have to choke it back. But please don't put two fingers over the yoku, the prongs off the sides, like Ninja Turtles. I always hate that. That's not how they're used. That's not how they're used at all. Then the Tetsuya is the quiver for the arrows and everything, and the bow and arrow together. I just labeled those Kyudo because Kyudo is the archery art. There's obviously separate terms for the bow and the arrow, but I have them together as one model for the sake of UV space, so I just called it Kyudo. So anyway, you can see obviously I've got a fair amount of texturing already done, and since we're working in substance, I wanted to the wood that I wanted to use, I wanted to have consistency with the wood across most of the wooden parts of this stuff. The wood is a mahogany, which over here you can see I have my shelves grouped. I have a bunch of custom shelves made for things that I frequently access, like wood, fabric, bone, so on. And so if I go inside there and I type mahogany, it'll find whatever mahogany is in there. Now, in the course of working on this earlier today, I did create a darker mahogany, but for some reason it didn't group that into my wood materials, and I need to go look at that at some point. But anyway, this dark mahogany I'm quite happy with. It's really just a variation on this mahogany wood that's included in substance. So let's take something that is lacking textures at the moment. I think the big one that I'm onto is the bow. So let's hide everything, and then we're going to go to the Kyudo, and I'll click here, and let's give this just a moment. So sometime today, I actually may end up having to hop off stream at some point to answer the door, because I have a new computer coming, and that's going to be glorious. Because
hey, Les, I know someone else that has a new computer.
Oh yeah. Did you You ordered the same machine I did the same day I did, didn't you?
I ordered the same machine like literally 15 minutes after you did, and they told me Thursday.
Okay, yeah. I thought there was something else I had that was supposed to come today, and I think that already came. Um, so anyway, let me swing around here. So here you can see this mahogany material. I can drop that on there, and it already looks really good just out of the gate. Um, I'm very pleased by that. So I have that material set up at the moment, reading UVs. So if I go into the split view here, you'll see that this is what the UVs to this look like. And then I'm going to add some other materials on top of this. Boy, this is really laggy. Don't like that. Let's go in. Let's see. I know I need some leather to go around these little band areas here. And I'm just going to scroll down through my list of leathers. And let's do this leather stitch. Okay. I'm just going to drag that on top. Okay. And then I'm going to add a black mask. So that's going to mask off that material everywhere. And then inside here, I'm going to get my, what is this tool called? It's like a paint by geometry, polygon fill, that's what it is. Let me get my polygon fill. And I do believe I have these areas all set up with, with UVs right here that I can just drag into. So we'll see what all that hits. But I think these right here, no, it's not. Some sections there that I want to remain as wood. So. All right. So let's just. Whenever you hear me click there, I'm hitting X to switch the color, so that I can paint into or add to or remove from my masking. Okay. There's that. And then let's see, we might want to go in here. Pardon me. And I am going to bet that I can alter my UV scale here, which with the 2D view still up, I can, let's just hit the tab key. If I drag this bar over here, I can scale, which hopefully it's going to catch up with me. Pardon me. Come on. I want to scale this whole material to focus on this area. Okay. You'll see that it tiles, so everything outside of this square here is going to tile. And, well, I may end up just going in and painting into that area instead. It's hard to say. definitely moving really laggy with the streaming software.
That's not the update that you were talking to me about earlier.
Oh no 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 no! That was something related to ZBrush. That's a totally different thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, this was yeah. There are some crazy issues having in ZBrush lately. Apparently, I found a bug that testing at Pixelogic missed. But they seem to be hot on the case to get it fixed, so that's good. So yeah, like right there, I was able to scale that in till we get that effect around the grip area. And that's going to give us some nice stitching around some of these other areas. So I'm going to duplicate that.
So clearly you got super inspired to get like highly detailed with these props. I mean, where did that come from? Just
Uh,
inspiration or
it just seemed like the thing to do. Like, I love this stuff so much that the thought of putting something out that wasn't stupidly, crazily detailed was just like, I can't do that. I can't not. That's one of the reasons I've taken so long on this. I mean, like, I've been kind of irritated with myself at how long I've taken on this as a project, but it's because like I've studied all of these weapons just about, except for the Kudo. I've studied all of these weapons like intimately, and so to fake it, to do something less than correct would just be, well, yeah, it would just wouldn't be right. So yeah, I just can't. I can't do that. Can't do that. Now, I really don't think I want to have a ton of layers on here like this, but I'm probably going to have to get each of these where I want them. So that kind of bites. That actually bites a lot. But whatever. Whatever. So let's just. What I'm doing here, you probably can't tell much. Um, I'm just making copies of this layer and killing the masking in each one. Let's go to just UV mode. And so then I'll duplicate it again, and then I'm going to get rid of the masking in a given area and unmask, let's say, this next area here. Then once I have it unmasked, then I'm just going to scoot that over like that. And let's see if that also works right here. Nope. Kind of works for that one. I can keep that there. Since it's tiling, that's kind of the thing. It's like if I hide the masking here, let's toggle mask. See there, you can see this stuff is tiling everywhere, and then there's just masking that gets turned on or off. That's defining what shells it will paint into. Okay, so oh boy, lots of draw calls hitting this. This is oogly.
if I had these weapons without the texture on them, I would be just like blink, blink, eye material, blink, blink, done and done. You're going to like the ninth level of hell with these, man. But
Well,
it looks awesome though. So it just makes you want to really make sure that you do a close up of the freaking grip of the dang bow on a picture with a ninja in it. You know what I mean?
yeah, well. Let's see here now. So let's grab that, and then yeah, the bow is probably the hardest of all these to texture. The rest of them were actually quite easy, but let's see here now. I want to get that double stitch in there. There we go. And then let's see if we can get that, see if that'll come over in here at all. Probably not. Oh, actually no, that works out well. So then if I turn on the one under it, and then it should be the one under that. So yeah, now those all have stitching flowing. Oh, there's one not getting it. Let's see if that one will get it from here. Nope. I'm just going to see if one of these happens to have the stuff falling where I want it. That one does not. No. Nope. Alright, I'm going to have to duplicate one more time. So let's clear that mask. Actually, I'll just remove the mask. I was using a black mask on there, but if I do a white mask, then that will, no, black mask. There we go. And then I want to come in here, do that, so it's unmasking that area. And then I'm going to drag to the right. Okay, so there we go. Then let's make a folder just for managing this stuff. So these are going to be leather elements. If it'll actually work. Come on. Oh. This is painful. Alright, so. Alright. We'll turn this back on. Come back out here, and there you see what we get around all those little bindings. Alright. I'm wondering, I'm curious to see if there's any kind of feather over here. I don't think there is, and that kind of bites. May have to create a feather for the fletching on this. And let's go out here, and I'm gonna bet, I know a couple of places I might have some feathers. Let's see. Let's just do a search in here for feather. Okay, cool. Yes, I have feathers. I knew I had feathers somewhere. Alright, so then, oh, and I have normal maps for my feathers too, and trans maps. Yay! That's awesome. So let's add some feathers to our project. So go there to import resources, add resources, and my nifty little trick. I'm going to open the file location from that that search. Click there and hit copy. Then I come here and just paste. That way it just shoots me there, because I hate trying to navigate all these drives I have. It's a much more efficient way to navigate. So let's just grab the single feather here, or yeah, let's grab this guy, single feather, and the normal map. Why is there no? Actually, no. I'm gonna grab this one with these three right here. Okay, those. And then we're going to label each of these as texture. And put this in project. Feathers. Import into this project. Hit import. Alright. So now let's zoom into the fletching area. And let's drop see if that speeds it up. Okay, cool. I can hide those materials for the moment and speed it up. So I'm going to put an empty fill layer on here. And let's throw that into my color, this into my normal, and this into the opacity. And I'm going to turn off that opacity for now just so I can see what I'm doing. And then let's go into just a 2D view. And I'm going to scale these down. Here you can see I have each of the feathers, each of the pieces of the fletching are actually divided into their opposing sides because they have thickness. So here's 1, 2, and 3, and that's like one side of each. Okay. So now let's rotate this image 90 degrees. And then I'm going to turn off tiling. Okay. And I'm probably going to end up using duplicates of these and getting kind of funky with it. Let's see here now. Go that way. If I go that way, it should effectively flip that over. And I really just want to drag this so that most of that texture gets lined up in there, because I'm going to end up masking out most of this. I just wanted that textural element there. I probably could have sat and just generated something close to this with procedural stuff inside here, but probably would be about as quick. So let's just get that in there like that. Okay. So I'm going to make a folder here called fletching. And let's drop that in there. Now then, I'm going to add a mask to that. And unmask just that piece. And let's duplicate that. Clear my mask. Mask here. And then let's see. It's probably gonna freak out on me a bit. So here I'm just using scaling to sort of flip this texture by hand and get it scaled up to fit in here. I do want to raise the roughness on this up to about 0.85. Let's go back and do this to the other one here as well. Okay.
Man, you can fletch the heck out of that arrow.
You're a strange man. Alright, let's get this on up here. Yeah, can't wait for the new machine. Should be able to do this a whole lot more smoothly.
It's going to be glorious. I'm going to be real picky about what I install on it.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see here. It's almost there. I really should have just painted this. So, we got these two. Now I should be able to just kind of move these over. So, let's go ahead and do this one. I'm going to duplicate it. I do wish there was a way to move that masking. Like to move it all at once the way you can in Photoshop. You know, where you move the contents of the layer and its mask with it.
Right.
That would be so handy. So I've dragged it and I wait. Oh, that was a good shot. Okay. So now we're going to duplicate this one. We're going to clear the mask. And for some reason, that one just moved really easily. That's very strange. Duplicate it again. Clear the mask. Let's throw that in there. Come on. Yeah, it's hanging up on me for a second. Okay, come on. Alright, now let's that. Which one is this? Okay, cool. Duplicate that one. Clear mask. Mask that area. Alright. So that's going to get some basic feathering into the fletching. Then I have to play around with this just a little bit more. Of course, it is not wanting to swing my view around. It's amazing how much streaming video off this is just killing the display.
Yep.
It really makes this kind of sad. Okay, there we go. So now that I have those areas filled in, I do know that I have UVs from those that actually go down onto the shaft of the arrow. So now I'm going to go through and add a white mask. No, I'm going to do a black mask. Do a black mask. And then from there I can go through and just unmask exactly what I need. Yeah, did that paint through? Yeah, it did. Okay. Boy, it's acting weird. I don't like that. Good lord, the display is just bogging. It's very, very annoying. This is one of the reasons why I'm not super excited to do these streams sometimes, because I know that my stuff is just, it'll crawl on these streams. It's like it just brings it to a standstill. It's very aggravating. Okay. Make sure that didn't get any unwanted polygons. Okay. Man. Yeah, let's go there. There. So I'm going to end up painting in opacity by hand if it'll ever catch up with me. Let's go back to a regular brush so it gets rid of that wireframe overlay. Maybe that'll help speed it up a little bit. Good grief. Yeah, this is just pure frustration trying to do this, honestly. Like, if I'm not streaming, I fly on this. But I think it's where I'm both streaming and and screen sharing through Skype at the same time. Like, it's just like bashing my video card to death.
Is it poop? Pure poop?
It is 100% hot, sticky poop. It is fecal. Pure damn fecal. Alright, let's come over and I'm going to pick one of these weapons that I've already done some work on, the Kusarigama, and I know that it has a nice bright metal setup on it, so I'm just going to pop over there and copy that. Then let's come back over to here. And hide that those and paste. And then I'm going to clear the masking off of that once it gets there. Okay. And then let's go to there. And just get rid of that. So I feel like the actual shaft on that arrow should be whatchamacallit, bamboo. I'm just going to see if there's some bamboo in here already. Oh, good, there is. Yay, that's nice. So I'm going to drag that over above the mahogany, and then throw a black mask on that, and then come. There we go. Give away blender pop-up. Looks like I have maybe some, yeah, I have some masking in here in my fletching that I need to look at. There we go, let's just paint that out by hand. Yeah, somewhere along the way that masking got really screwy. Let's come in here and look at this. One of the things that I consistently get irritated with in Substance is the way it will accidentally paint through onto polygons that you don't want to paint on. So that can be very irritating. Let's grab this. I want to change this to replace height to replace all of these to replace. That way the contents of that folder replaces what's there instead of just trying to overlay it or let it pass through.
I've been having fun making ninja poses, but I'm looking forward to having something else to pose with them, you know?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, that's much better now. Then let's take the back here. Give this a second to catch up. So let's go in and remove some masking from the bamboo here so that we have the mahogany there on the end. There we go. Kind of like that. And we could also kind of use that to make little mahogany sort of trim areas just to give it something interesting. So I'm just doing that by polygons, that way it's easier. I can just drag it across there. Come on, catch up with me.
I'll go ahead and say my goodbyes while I'm got you in a quiet moment here. I'm about to head out to rehearsal with the Harmanco's house band, so I'll be unfortunately out of pocket here for the next few moments. And yeah, sorry to leave when you're making such great progress on this. I'm really looking forward to playing with it.
Ah, that's cool. Well, I'm gonna hammer on this just a little bit longer, and I really just wanted to pop on with a stream and kind of show some of the process because I think it is a process that folks might dig seeing. And
Definitely want to mention why I mean like why you should always watch the stream and also sign up for the newsletter.
yes, 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 yes. If you could toss a link out here with the video at some point to the newsletter and all that stuff, that'd be great.
Well, it's sixus1.com, and the newsletter is at the top of the
Oh
page.
yeah, yeah, it is.
Um,
So yeah, we've been working on that. We're working on the new Sixus1.com and having the newsletter and stuff on the page and all that stuff. So that's like, for those who don't know, that's like Brent's, one of his big contributions to the whole Sixus1 game here is handling that web
oh,
stuff that
actually,
I
now that you
despise.
mention it, I noticed that we have not yet forwarded the domain. So I will put the actual URL in the window in this case, but we need to make that happen probably this week.
Okay.
As far as that goes, because everything's ready to rock right now.
Cool. Cool. Yep. Well, um, all that said, I mean, everything else that I have to do on this is really a repeat of what you've seen here. And it just kind of gives you a look at sort of my workflow inside Substance, and which is actually way, 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 way faster than what you're seeing on this because the stream is just deadly to.
I actually just pasted that newsletter in. You could show it on the screen if you want, and
Oh,
folks can kind of see what to expect.
okay. Well, let's do that. I want to pop over here and open this up. So there you go, folks. That's what you'll see when you get there. And
Tell Don't hurt them, Hammer, but tell them what they get if they follow you like this.
What do they get?
They get an exciting newsletter. They get extra special video instructional content that nobody else gets,
Oh yeah.
and they get free product.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go. See, and that's why Brent runs that side of this, because I'm so busy doing this art stuff and making stuff that I don't even know which end is up from that
So
side
like
of
lots of
things.
times it's fairly random what we might show on the stream, but we will eventually like do these S1M teachables where it's just showing you a particular small thing that happens to perplex a lot of people. How do you do this with that studio, or maybe even Poser? Who knows in the future, if I can twist your arm. But the people that we're going to be listening to first are going to be the subscribers. Hey, to the newsletter, send your suggestions for what we should do in a teachable to this email, for example. So yeah, I mean, you definitely want to be involved in that newsletter. It's something that we're putting a lot of energy and time into, and it's the early adopters are going to really be glad that they did.
Well, there you have it, folks. So a little more of an introduction to the newsletter and the new website and all that, plus getting a little look into things here with Substance Painter. So the next time I do a stream, I should be running all this from my mega monstrous new machine, which should make this go much more smoothly. Um, I'm going to go ahead and cut out because I know Brent's about to cut out.
Well,
But
the next time I make pithy comments on a stream, I should be doing that from my Mega Monster as well. So,
we should have.
and we're not talking about our
We,
third leg either. An
yeah,
actual
that's
gear.
horrible. You're awful. So next time, new machines, new stuff should be running smoothly. Till then, I'm Les. This is Brent.
I'm
Sixus1
Brent.
Stream.
Brento out. I always love saying that, so you got to give me my space.
All right, folks. We'll catch you later.